Hey guys, so in this video I'm gonna be showing you how to extract a set of companies from a specific location based on the industry using Google Maps TechZao. So what you're gonna be needing is like a Google Maps and access to TechZao. We have a lifetime deal. You can just ask me for credentials or ask Deepak or anyone. And what you need to have is the targeting, and it's stupid simple and you can get it very easily. So at the moment, like, I'm looking for, let's say, marketing agencies in New York. I'll type for that. So make sure like it's the same state and the city you're looking for, because we have different places in USA. Marketing agency, let's do near, because the list would be a bit broader. So Google Maps will just pull out all the marketing agencies within that space, I mean the location, and you can easily grab the URL and accumulate all that you need in one place. So you can grab the URL and accumulate all that you need in one place. Oh, let me make sure this works. Yeah. So it's better if you could do it in a google.com/maps like this. Since I'm using a UK VPN, I've been redirected, but it should change it in .com. So what you can do is, like, if you have a, let's say, a bulk of cities you are targeting, you can just accumulate everything with the map URLs like this and do a bulk search on TechZao, or you can just simply do one. Let's say I'm gonna use TechZao for tab, login. So TechZao is something like a extractor and an automator tool, which makes everything easy to scrape and automate. So they have two things. One is called spices, another is called recipe. A spice is like an individual function where it will help you, automate or scrape data, and a recipe is an accumulation of, or a workflow of spices, which is more advanced. So like for most of the use cases we should be good with spices. Google Maps, and now we have the Google Maps search extractor. Hit that and just check out like what information does it provide. So it gives us all the information required, since we are going to use the data for cold calling for ourselves. So we need the phone number. So I don't need the email at the moment. So phone number and website URL is going to do the work for me. And check out the input format. Usually it is going to ask us just the URL, map search URL, this one, and we should be good. And this is optional, like how many pages in the sense if there are multiple pages over here in the pagination of Google Map search, it is asking like how many pages do you want to scrape. We want to scrape everything, so we're gonna leave it blank. If you have a specific listing like only one page, you can do it, and you can name the execution, like let's say maps New York. So this is something just for your eyes so that you know what's the extraction we are getting. And it starts working on it, and it will give us all the logs over here, and you can check out the results here actually. So it's gonna take like a bit of a while, like if the maps listings are few less, it's gonna take around 30 to 40 seconds. If there are many, it's gonna take around 10 to 15 minutes, but usually you get things done. So if there is only like a single city, or let's say only a single map URL or a single input you're targeting, this will usually get the things done for you, and you gotta wait and see. So until this processes, I'm gonna show you like how to do a bulk search. So over here, like in the UK space, I have around 949 results with the map URLs over here. I'm just downloaded everything from here. Download as CSV. This is the same CSV. Remove the not required columns, and the above are already done, so I'm not interested on those. So just let's get rid of those. And you can download, you can execute that. So in TextOut, the caveat is that we have a limitation of 4 hours time on the browser. Like we can't do more than 4 hours of execution time. Since it's like around 1,000 listings, it's gonna take like a whole day probably, and it won't work. Usually what you can do is run it using the desktop app, which we have unlimited time. So the desktop app can only works usually in only one PC, at the moment like I have the access, so you can easily ask me around to do this. Like if you have many listings, like if you think it's gonna take more than an hour, or you can just check out with Deepak, who is having the access for the TextOut app, and search for Google Maps extraction, and you need to upload the CSV file over here, and it will get things done. So in case of like let's say browser, you can also do many things in browser, like for around we got 4 hours time, it usually takes like few minutes. In any other case, the functionality with the browser and app is also same. So if you compare, like we have the execution name, map search URL, number, CSV upload, and Google Sheet URL. The same things are also replicated in the app as well. So I'll just upload the CSV. You can also upload it on the web app in a similar way if the list is small and it can get done in 4 hours. And we use map search link. Just map out, since the location is not a criteria of the header in the text house spice, so we just leave it blank, and we have the map search URL over here, and just hit execute. And you have it over here, UKMA marketing agencies. So it's gonna run for a while and give us the results. Until then, let's wait. You can also check the logs, of course, over here. And if you hit result while it's running, you'll be shown like if anything is scraped. And let's see how is our New York one's going on. So it says scraped 66 listing. Probably we gotta wait a little bit more. So what I'll just do is, after scraping all this, I'll just upload likewise, but I'm gonna show you like already extracted list. So this was done for Telford to Backpool, it seems, and we have a good chunk results, and you can just download the CSV. The same thing you can do in the app as well. So if you see, like after the extraction, we will be getting something like this. We have the company name here, reviews from or rating from Google Maps, number of reviews, and everything is kind of self-explanatory. You can grab those. We have addresses if you need to confirm, phone numbers which we are in need of, and usually we should be getting domains as well if it's available. Yeah, we have the websites. So we have the websites as well. So in case you need to find the emails of these people, what you can usually do is use hunter.io or find that lead or any mail finder. Which will usually give you the option to upload a bulk file. So what you can easily do is like upload a bulk file and grab the emails. So what an email finder requires is, so let's say I don't need all this stuff, delete it. Job title. Let's say I want to grab the emails of CEOs, managers, and directors of these companies. I'll write CEO, manager, director, and same thing for everyone. I just double click it and it gets populated to all the places, and hit save. And upload a new file. Marketing agencies. And what it requires is select the column names. Since we don't have like a first name and last name, it's gonna be a bit tricky. So that's why we were using the job titles as a column in the CSV. If we had like a first name and last name and domain name, it's gonna be easy, as the tool will compare first name, last name, and the website and give us the email. If I'm gonna showing you, this one is like, since we don't have those, we have the job titles here. Choose it as job titles and domain. And the other thing which goes around is the company name. Yeah, we added everything. Now if I hit process, it will just download all the emails of CEOs, etc., etc., of that job titles I just inputted like this. You need to do like CEO, comma manager, comma director. This is possible with an email finder only at the moment. We are working on a different version using LinkedIn Sales Navigator team account. So we'll update you like if you actually check it out with the people who gave this video to you in case we find that method. That should be simpler and cost effective. So that's how we do in an email finder with just job titles and domain names and company names. Since I don't need it, just delete it. So it's kind of like an expensive thing with an email finder, so we usually undo. And this is a previous download which we worked on. So it's gonna grab everything and gives us emails and everything like this. So similarly, let me show you this past extract how it looks. So that was a super huge list, so it's gonna take a while to download. I'll resume. Yeah guys, so the list is just downloaded. So if you see like I have used the same method with mapping domains and job titles, and it just gave me all the relevant details. So the sales revenue, vertical, in the sense whatever I uploaded previously, it gives back the same thing plus the emails of the people. So we have, let's see how many emails we got actually. Yeah, so give me a moment. Yeah, so it gave her all the emails based on the job titles. So I mean it's not a pretty exhaustive list because we use like e-commerce as a main, also the job titles. But usually it gives out more emails. There should be some fewer data points for this specific industry. Otherwise, it's a decent platform. So that's how we do with any mail finder. But in case you have first name, last name, and domain name, it's gonna be very easy for us to grab the emails. So let's assume that you're looking for people within for certain criteria, domain, dot, Let me think of few names. I'll just populate this sheet and get back to you. Yeah, like these would be enough for demonstration purpose. So if you have first name, last name, and the domains, you just do the same thing. Download it as CSV. Let me rename it first. Yeah, so Loom is not making. Yeah, it can. Yeah, and you can simply follow the same process. You can use anymailfinder.com and map the fields over there and grab the email, but it's gonna take a bit of while and it costs us so much money. We have find that lead and as well as tomba.io, which do the same functionality, but we have a lot of credits. So ask for the credentials if you require, and yeah, we just need to select the columns first name from the CSV, last name, and the domain name. And if it just start generating, it's gonna grab all the emails for us from that sheet. So we have only like 5 possible with this, and I need all of this, so I'm not gonna delete any of that. So same way, you need to follow and hit start generating. It takes a bit of while, like 5 to 10 minutes, since the list is small. And after that you hit download and you get all the data. So you're gonna choose download as CSV and save. Well, we'll be getting the data like this. So what you need to do whenever it says like this is just go to filters and say not found. Use a basic Excel or Google Sheet functionalities like filtering the data and remove all the irrelevant spaces you don't need, and clean the data for yourself. Well, we deleted the rows. So now we have around 437 emails which are all corporate based on first name, last name, and domain name. Whatever you uploaded, it's gonna show up like this only. And yeah, so we just save the list, right? So that's how you find emails using first name, last name, and domain in a bulk functionality using find that lead. So the same thing's gonna happen with Tomba as well. So in case of find that lead, we have around 6,000 credits per month only. So we need to be pretty much conservative of using those credits up. But in case of Tomba, we have around 25,000 credits per month, if you see. So we have a lot to play with. You can usually use the same thing. The functionalities are similar. You have, let's say, email finder. In case you want to find specific person email and the first name last name, TonyJaseParliament.com. So if you're gonna trying to find that specific person email, you just type in here and it gives us the email, and this is the email score, like how much percentage is it valid. And in case of bulk, we have the same functionality of find that lead, or what do we call an email finder. So in case of domain search, over here it's gonna grab all the emails in that specific domain. So if you don't have any test list, if you don't have any specific person email, likewise what we did with an email finder, you can just put all the domains you need, emails of domains you need, and choose how many emails you need. And do you want to verify? Usually we don't need to verify the email because we're going to be using another service to verify. And then choose personal, since we want only personal emails, which is going to be like tenny@parliament.com. In case of generic, those would be like info@parliament.com. And choose a department if you're targeting any of the specific department. If not, choose all and hit upload. You can also do the same, like you can upload the CSV as well, where you can see, and launch the service. It's gonna take few minutes and download all the results for us. Well, I don't think it's finished, but let's see. Yeah, it gave us all the emails until what it found. So it's gonna grab the details likewise. And we have bulk functionality as well, like email finder, like what we did with TextZao. What it requires is like we need to show first name and last name. So let me download, yeah, this one. And we need to map the columns, first name, last name, and the website. Well, it's not working at the moment, not sure why, probably some kind of error, but the process is same. You need to mark the first name, last name, upload, validate, and download. So that's how this works. And yeah, so this is the whole process of grabbing the details. So in case of extracting the details from Google search using TextZao, the same process. So you just need to use the same things. And yeah, that's the whole process. In case you have just the domains, like from the from the beginning, with the map URLs, we are grabbing the phone numbers, company names, and websites. If you're just using for phone numbers, the data, you can just clean the data, add the country codes, and upload those on Crazy Call or AirCall, whatever you're using. In case you want to run a cold email campaign, you need to grab the emails. So for that, if you have first name and last name, you can use the same domains and find all the emails of people in that company using Tomba, using the bulk domain search. In case of you have first name and last name, you can use this feature like the email finder in bulk. In case you don't have anything, you just have domains, use this feature and it will give all the domains in that company within specific department or totally everything. So try to use Tomba in most of the cases. If not, go to find that lead and then go to an email finder. So that's how we do like a bulk searches for grabbing the data for cold calling or cold email. Uh, this is not exhaustive, but this is a bit of like whatever we do usually. And in case you're looking for, let's say, a specific person's email on LinkedIn, you can just go to LinkedIn profile of that person. Let's say I'll go to mine, and you'll be having this find that lead extension listed in your downloaded in your Chrome. Just download it in the Chrome Web Store and hit it. It's gonna take a little bit while scans for the my email and populate over here. So that's how you can find a specific person email on LinkedIn. If it's available, it's gonna give us here. If it's not available, it won't give us anything. And the same thing usually works on the website as well. You can go to parliament.com and hit find that lead, and you'll be able to see all the emails on that of that specific domain. So this is also works like this, and you can use Tomba's extension. They are building one here to make training on it. And apart from that, you have Hunter, which is also a pretty good one, but we use a free plan. Just use your email sign up and use a free plan. So find that lead only works uh, find that it only works on LinkedIn. Like any other extension doesn't work on LinkedIn, but on website find that lead Hunter works seamlessly. And we use another service called ClearOut, which is an email validation tool. I forgot to mention that before using that bulk option verification. So what we need to do is verify the emails before running a cold email campaign. What I'm gonna do is like upload all the downloaded version. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I've just uploaded the downloaded CSV with or XLSV with all the emails. So you need to make sure like you only have one email header, one column in the CSV with the header as email. That's the only thing, the criteria what this checks are. So after uploading, just check out this and it will give us the duplicates and the total emails. Now you can just hit verify. Takes a while and it gives you all the data like this, like how many are valid, invalid, and catch all. Valid are the good ones, catch all are kind of valid but risky, and invalids are self-explanatory. You don't need to use those. After it takes everything, it gives us the option to download. We only use the guaranteed deliverables option and then use those for campaigns. Yeah, so this is pretty much everything we use to populate data from Google Maps extract. And depending upon the campaign, what you're running for, either cold calling or cold emailing, you're gonna be using all these tools. For extracting, TextZao is the criteria. For the only thing we use is TextZao for extracting at the moment because we have tons of credit and it's pretty accurate. And the other thing then we goes to Excel and clean out the data, add the country codes and upload to Crazy Call or iCall. And if you need the emails, you're gonna be using one of the three tools what I've just mentioned. Yeah, so that's the whole thing we're gonna run through. And do let me know if you have any questions.